In the financial news today was a warning that a company called Home REIT, 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 let's call the whole thing off, was in trouble. And it might sound a bit obscure if you're not in the know, but let me tell you a bit about why it's important and perhaps should be a concern to us all. Now, a REIT, REIT is something called a real estate investment trust. And this is basically a company which, as the name suggests, invests in property and raises money for those investments by selling and trading its shares on the stock markets and borrowing against the properties it's buying. What makes Home REIT or REIT different is that the properties it owns have been either bought or built as social housing, let via housing associations and various charities. And this is part of the brave new world of privatised homes for the disadvantaged, which would in days gone by have been provided and funded by state and local councils. Good old council houses, which, as we know, have pretty much all been sold off since Maggie's great right to buy policy. Now, this type of company, the Real Estate Investment Trust, was developed and became very popular in the property boom running up to the banking crash. An awful lot of those were seen as very attractive, almost no-risk investments because they're investing in property and what could possibly go wrong. And surprise, surprise, a lot of them disappeared or went under when the housing market went under. Now, this company is in trouble because investors want their money out. Interest on the money it's borrowed to buy the housing has increased. And, surprise, surprise, an awful lot of the poorer and very poor tenants whom it's been set up to house can't actually afford to pay their rents and so are defaulting. What's the answer? Well, it's going to probably have to sell properties. And that means quite possibly booting out a number of those who can really least afford to be booted out of their homes. More privatised chickens come home to roost, I'd say, and a warning that leaving everything to the markets, as we've seen on many occasions, really is not the answer to everything.